Welcome to Dead Man Talking. Tonight's story is we're taking a trip to central Michigan on a camping trip. So come with us as we step into the dark, deep forest. Let's just hope that we see sunup. Without further ado, let's get into tonight's story, entitled Central Michigan Horror. Let's get straight into that. Obviously, I am from a town in central Michigan, proud of it and even love our harsh cold winters. We go weeks sometimes here in Michigan without any actual sunshine, and it can really get to you. I like to do what most people consider stupid. I camp in the coldest of months, alone in the woods. It really strengthens your stamina to the cold, and until recently, I found it very peaceful. I honestly don't think I'll ever go camping again, because it will always be in the back of my mind. About a week ago, it was fairly warm for late January in Michigan, so I decided it was perfect to go out and camp, since I wouldn't be nearly as cold as I usually am, and could actually sleep somewhat comfortably. Well, I was wrong. It was anything but peaceful or comfortable. I packed up my normal supplies and planned where to camp. This time, by luck, or the grace of God, I decided to bring my 20 gauge shotgun with me. I figured, since it was warm enough, a bear might wake up and be hungry. Now I know how rare it is to encounter a bear in Michigan, especially in the winter. But I had a feeling this time, and thank God I listened to it. Around 2:30 p.m, I headed out to state land, right around a 25-minute drive from my house to my camping spot that I chose. It was literally in the middle of the woods, with pine trees surrounding me all around to help block the wind. I made my own makeshift shelter, and it was a lot warmer than I expected. Started a fire and started cooking some good old hot dogs. I was enjoying myself, drinking some beer, and got a bit tipsy before it got dark. I walked to a tree to take a piss and heard a twig snap. Now, in the middle of the woods, there are animals and such, so I didn't think much of it. When you're alone, I don't care who you are. It makes you a tad bit nervous. I finished my business and went into my little home to get some sleep. Thanks to the beer, I had to pee again probably around 12:30 a.m. I crawled out and went to the same tree. Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed movement. Movement about 25 yards away. Naturally, my heart began to race and I immediately woke up. I stared and waited, and nothing else moved, so I went back to lay down. As soon as I got comfortable, I heard it again. Only this time, it didn't stop. It kept coming closer and closer, and I couldn't help but notice it was definitely walking on 2 feet. Hello? I said aloud nervously. The footsteps stopped about 5 feet from where I was laying and didn't move. I sat there quietly, my heart pounding through my chest. I slowly got up and tried to poke my head out and see what was near my shelter.
Hello?
A voice gurgled from behind me. My head snapped around and looked in all directions. I was in pure panic and couldn't find where the fuck this person was. "Who is it, goddammit?" I shouted, my voice thundering through the night. Then I heard crunching as whoever it was took off running away. I jumped out and searched frantically and didn't see a thing, so I ran to where I could hear it walking around. "What the fuck?" I stammered as my blood turned ice cold. The footprints weren't even human. It looked like a cross between man and deer hoofs. I grabbed my shit as fast as I could and began to jog back to my truck. F that. Whatever was out there, I didn't want to find out what it was. And if it were a prank, it was a damn good one. After a few minutes of walking, I seen my truck ahead and broke into a full sprint. Then I heard the crunching behind me and noticed I was being followed. I looked behind, and I swear to God, I nearly shit my pants. There was this huge guy, probably about 6'7", running after me. Only his knees, they were bent the wrong way. He was fast too, gaining on me rapidly. "Holy fuck!" I shouted and picked up my pace as fast as I could. He started to laugh and it sounded so wrong, like he was completely evil, and it had a cackling, gurgling sound. Whatever it was enjoying my fear and had horrible plans for me if it caught me. I finally reached my truck and yanked open the door, slamming it shut and locking it behind me. Just as I hit the lock button, he ran full blast into my truck, actually denting the door. Then he put his face against my window and smiled, this disgusting grin. His eyes were huge and he looked completely and utterly insane. I started my truck and he ran in front of it, as if he was going to be able to stop it. I threw it into drive and floored it. It didn't budge an inch. And I noticed something else. He was actually lifting my front end off the ground slightly, attempting to tip the truck on its side. "Just get out of here!" I shouted. I then remembered I had my shotgun with me. I grabbed it, loading a slug as quick as I could. I rolled down my window, and as soon as I did, he came charging, laughing and drooling. I aimed right at his chest and fired. He howled so loudly I had to cover my ears as he landed right on his back. I didn't waste any time as I floored it and raced down the road as fast as I could without going in the ditch. I have never, ever been more relieved in my life to see the exit sign, and very briefly felt a sense of relief. I looked in the mirror and there he was, chasing me again, only this time he didn't have a smile on his face. It was pure rage, and I knew it. If he caught up with me, I wasn't going to live. I passed the exit sign, spinning out of the road, and went right into the ditch. "Fuck! No! Fuck!" I shouted, pounding my steering wheel. I looked over and expected the worst. For some reason though, he stopped right before the paved road and stared angrily at me. I put the truck in four-wheel drive and barely made it out. As I started driving down the road, I heard it howl one more time, and then he disappeared. I never told anyone about this because I know no one would believe me, and they would all just laugh at me. And it's definitely made me change about going even this summer, and I don't think I'll ever go in the woods alone again. Wow, hope you guys enjoyed that short little werewolf story there. Big thanks to the author, Stalked by You. Great name there. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Of course, please do let me know down below in the comments. As ever, please do support with your likes and shares. The subscriber count has been jumping the last few days, and I cannot thank you guys enough for sharing and liking. And I want to welcome all of you brand new subscribers to the DMT family. We have some huge announcements coming up soon. Make sure you check out my brother from another, BDRP's boss, Mr. DDoS. What a guy, great amount of support throughout all of my journey on YouTube. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Remember, if you're going camping in central Michigan, above all, be safe, not sorry.